Look at Donnie, WCF Invader. He's late. I wasn't even supposed to go live. I'm killing some time. We're just Dara and I are just sitting on the porch, just killing time. Figure it's Friday night, so a bunch of people are probably going to go live tonight. I'm not going to go long. I got nothing. I got nothing to say. I just spent the last hour and a bit in Sterling's live, and got to hang out and see everybody. So I don't know. I really got nothing to. MC, what's going on, son? How are you doing, brother? Hope you are well. Hope you are well. I unfortunately understand you're having a bit of a run of bad luck. Uh, you know what? I'm going to tell you this, and you may not like it, but I'm going to tell you this as a veteran, and I'm going to tell you this, and it's the honest, God's honest truth, boy. It's not a matter of if you're ever going to have a run of bad luck. It's a matter of when. We've all had them. I'm in the middle of one myself right now. I got something on the screen. I'm in the middle of one myself right now, and it's just a matter of time. Eventually, you're going to hit a rut. It's how you keep going. You put your goddamn head down, you get your ass up, and you keep going. You keep plowing forward, and that's all I can say about that. Be smart about it. Be smart about it. But you know what? Just keep doing what you're doing. And in for example, my case, ask questions. There's been a couple of times in my career where I've been in a rut and I have not had a clue how the hell to get out of it. Not a clue how to get out of this rut. I'm just shaking my head going, what am I going to fucking do now? And it's only been by the graces of some other people, good people, that I work with or that I look up to, people that that I run with, that have been doing this longer than me, that have been in more ruts than me, and they've been really good about sharing their experience and passing on their knowledge. And so don't be afraid to reach out. Very IH is walking around. Hey, what's going on? Yeah, I saw IH. I saw you over in Sterling. IH is our top. I think at this point now, IH is probably the top tech wizard, grandmaster of Canada, if you want to call him that. Any technical questions, IH will probably figure it out. Although the SOB still hasn't figured out my fuel tank problem. Still hasn't figured out that goddamn fuel tank problem. I still got that. I still got it out there, guys. There is a cash reward for whoever figures out that fuel tank issue. And if your solution is the one that works, I'll pay you for it, because I'd rather pay one of you guys than pay Freightliner, 15, 18, 2 grand, 3 grand, whatever. I'd rather one of you guys get it than have to give it to Freightliner. So there we go. It's out there. TJ Bull of the Woods, what's up, brother? Got your email. Hope you got mine back. Um, all I'm going to say, man, without disclosing what was said, hope it works out for you. Get it done. Get on your horse and get going, boy. That's all I'm going to say. Um, but I want you to admit it, TJ. You do miss it. You do miss it. You're a little bit excited to get back at it. You know it. And I know it. I've been doing this as long as you have. And I know if I'd been away and doing this and doing other things and I had the opportunity to get back in and have fun doing it, I would probably feel the same way. So I know for a fact that you're probably even a little excited doing it. Coach of Stewie Show, what's up, Brian? Hope all is well. Um, you know what, Coach or Stewie, whichever one you are. Um, I'm in the home stretch here with the eyes. I'm supposed to be resting them. I wasn't going to go live, but I just did the what the fuck. I might as well just. I'm not going to go long here. Dara and I got the kids have all left. With Dara and I got the house to ourselves, so we're just going to kind of relax tonight. But um, you know what? I'm in the home stretch with the eyes. The eye surgeries went okay. I had a bit of a bit of a fallback with the left eye and had to go back in. So it's kind of kept me off a little longer than I wanted to be. I should have been back to work at the beginning of this week, so I've had to end up taking another week off. But it looks like all is well, and I can probably go back to work. Not probably. I'm going back to work probably Sunday. Going back out Sunday. I do have a follow up appointment the following Tuesday, but I should be able to go back to work Sunday, deliver, reload Monday, be back up here Monday night, deliver Tuesday morning, do my appointment, and then be out for the week. So that's kind of where I'm sitting right now. Believe me, I am, with the exception of when I had the blood clot and I was off for 3 months. This is, I've been off now. I don't know how many weeks, almost, yeah, 3 weeks now. And, I just don't do well. I don't do well sitting around. Um, it's not that, my the house drives me nuts, or the family drives me nuts. I drive everybody nuts. So I just kind of like, I need to go back to work. That, and the bank account. You're supposed to have enough money in the bank to sustain you through times like this. But once you get through times like this, it's time for. Sorry, it's time for me to go back to work, because you know what, the bank account can't sustain you forever. You know, it can't sustain you forever. So when the dollars are getting a little low, you got to go back to work and make some money. So, thanks, Brian. I try. Dude, you're killing it. You and I both know. Um, oh, look at the comments just jumped. I don't like that. I'm on my phone doing this, so I don't have the usual setup here. So, good afternoon, everyone, from Shannon Thomas Trucking. I think basically this is just a continuation of Sterling. I've got all the same people. Oh, except for Will. Will didn't make it into Sterling's. How you doing, Will? Dude, you have more problems with trucks, old or new, than almost anyone I know. Still trucking my 16 Volvo. You know what? Um, Will, I'll be honest with you. This Freightliner I've got, it's a 2020, and aside from the fuel tanks, see, the fuel tank issue I have isn't costing me time off. I'm not losing time. I'm not out. It's not sidelining the truck. I can drive, and I can work around it. Um, but I'd like to have it working properly, because when you're running around like me, I'm having to put fuel in the truck every single day, and I don't want to. Or I'm having to put fuel in where it's not the most cost effective, or cost efficient, should I say. So I really got to be a little careful with that. With the fuel, where I fuel and how much. On the short trips, like tomorrow on Sunday, I'm just going down to Jersey. I'm reloading out of Philly, and I'm coming back. I can do that on one tank of fuel, or like on one side tank of fuel. My tanks are, I got 270 gallons, so 135 gallons a side. So 135 gallons on my truck will easily get me the 800 miles down and back. So I'm good with that. But it is a pain in the ass when I get out to the west. I got to go out to the west, and I'm having to put fuel in like Indiana, when I really don't want to. So, but other than that, Will, this truck has cost me nothing. I've done a fuel pump warranty. I've done NOx sensor warranty, DEF pump warranty, but none of it has been. Well, sorry, the fuel pump put me off for 2 days, because it happened in Detroit. And they had to wait for the part to get in. So it cost me 2 days there. But in the span of owning the truck, in almost 2 years of owning the truck, I've lost 2 days of downtime. I've had 2 days downtime. So when you think about a lot of other guys in this business, dude, my ratio numbers are pretty damn good. They are pretty damn good for time off, repair, costs, maintenance, and everything like that. Anything else I've had done to the truck, I've been able to get done while the truck is while I've been off. With the exception of the DEF pump, I was able to limp it across the border in Detroit over into Windsor, and got it into the Freightliner dealership in Windsor, and then went off duty and did my 10 hours that night. So they did it in the night, and then I was good to go in the morning, so I didn't lose any time. But I'll be honest with you. We were talking in Sterling's live, about these Cascadias. Are they the fanciest? No. Are they the snazziest? No. But when you mate these Freightliners, these Cascadias up with that DD15 Detroit engine, these things, you know what? They kick ass. They really do. They are built for fuel efficiency. They are comfortable. I got no problems with the comfort in mine. Is it as comfy as my W9? No. Is it as comfy as my Volvo? No. But you know what? For the several $1,000s less I paid for it, and for the reliability that I've got out of it, I'm happy to swap those numbers all day long, all day long. Karen Manthorn, hey Brian Adar, hey Karen, how are you? Karen's a proud member of our channel, proud member of our channel, and we recognize that. Thank you, Karen. Sterling, woohoo! You know what, buddy? I'm so. Oh Jesus Christ! I just read what you wrote underneath that. I saw the woohoo, and then I'm naked. Jeez, Sterling. We want pictures, man. We don't believe you. Proof. There's no proof without a picture, buddy. No proof without a picture. We want the picture. I'm naked. Sounds exciting, Sterling. Yeah, damn right it does. There's nothing worse than being naked in your truck alone. So I wouldn't be tooting my horn I wouldn't be. I wouldn't be tooting my horn too loud. She's doing great. Sorry. Sounds. Yeah. She's doing great, but driving me nuts with laughter. I'll send. I'll send Brian proof. It's okay. I'm just kidding. Send it to Dar. Send it to Dar. It's a 1-800 Dar's Porn Studio. Sterling, make sure you send it there. Dar takes all naked pictures. She'll accept all naked pictures. Shannon, don't listen to Sterling. He knows nothing about the LT. You know what? I used to be up to about last year. I used to be on the fence about those LTs because the company I'm currently leased onto, they have a fleet of them, but theirs were all 16, 17, and 18s, and they had nothing but problems with them. Nothing but problems with them. Electrical issues, even motor issues. After treatment, same as everybody else, um, but then Shannon, Jeffrey Like from Like Trucking, and Shannon got together, and they put Shannon into that new LT that she's got. And I can honestly speak because I've been in it. I've been in Shannon's truck with my wife's permission. And Sterling, we weren't naked. Um, I've been in Shannon's truck, and it is beautiful. I think International has stepped up its game. They've made it with that. Sterling, I'm not looking at that. You just sent me a picture of something, and I am not looking at it. They have made it. They've made it those new LTs with that X15 engine, which I am a big advocate for. I am impressed with them. I do like them. I like my Detroit. I like the DD15 in mine. But if I was, if I could choose between the two of them, I'd probably stick with the Detroit only because I know it better. But I would have no problem whatsoever with actually driving. If my next truck and the next choice I had to take an X15, I would take it. Um, so that's not bad. That's not bad. But yeah, they're gorgeous trucks. I like Shannon's, and I have not yet been in a brand new one, but Shannon's is about as close to brand new as you can get. Karen, we have been busy trying to get appointments set up for Alan. Plus, I'm still healing. Oh, is Alan okay? You don't have to say here. You can PM me if you like. It's a follow up to get his callus. Okay, shaved off his bad foot. Okay, Brian, you asked for proof. Hey. Did I get through that yet? It keeps jumping. It keeps jumping. You know what? There's a super chat here. I'm sorry, Shannon. Every little bit helps. She sent me $20 US, so that's I don't know. It's like $24 Canadian. Shannon, I appreciate that very much. You're right. Every little bit helps. Um, I'll take $20. $20 is $20. I will take that very much. I was. I. It's not that I was ignoring it. I'm doing this on. I'm doing it on my phone, and for some reason my comments are jumping all over the place. So my apologies, Shannon. I did not ignore you, and I certainly did not want to miss that. Sterling, Sparks is way better than Queen. You better take that back, Sterling. You better take that back. There's no way. There is absolutely no way. Um, my my humble opinion, Freddie Mercury. There is an argument for it. Okay, there is an argument for it, but in my opinion, Freddie Mercury is the premier frontman for a rock and roll band. There's not a note on the octave that the man can't hit or couldn't hit. There's not an audience that he couldn't perform to. There wasn't a range that he couldn't follow through on. Um, there wasn't a genre of music that he probably couldn't do. The man could sing the Yellow Pages, and I would listen to it. I think there's a couple other arguments for best frontman of all time. I would have to say, of course, is in the top would be Robert Plant. Um, that's only because I don't know about you guys, but I'm prejudiced because I'm just a Zeppelin fanatic. Robert Plant, um, other frontmen, Paul Rogers of Bad Company. Now, this is much. I'm showing my age here. Okay, I really am, because if you'll notice the genre of the bands, the age of the bands are 70s, 80s, and 90s bands. Later bands, you could make arguments for what the hell's his name from the what's the lead singer of the Chili's? I forget. Anthony Pettis. Anthony Pettis. There's a couple other of the newer bands, but yes, um, but just my opinion. If I had to say, if somebody put a survey in front of me and said name your top three, I would say probably Freddie Mercury, Robert Plant. I would, yeah, Paul Rogers being number three. Um, 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 Bruce Dickinson. That's on the metal side of things. I'd say Bruce Dickinson. From what I understand, the old man can still, even at his age, with the amount of screaming that he's done over his life, can still hit the notes. So Bruce Dickinson. Um, Shannon Thomas, I agree. Absolutely. Freddie Mercury was an absolute pro entertaining virtuoso. Absolutely. Actually, yeah, Snorlord said it. Yeah, Bruce Dickinson. I agree with Snorlord on that. But then again, that's one of those, I'm prejudiced. Like Snorlord knows I love Maiden. Um, Rob Halford, another great frontman. He was doing things back in the 80s for the metal scene that was just phenomenal. Karen Manthorn, favorite Queen song, Fat Bottom Girls. Mine too. Mine too. Had it blasting today. I dropped Dar off in town, and I just had my phone plugged in, and it was that song that came up. And dude, it's one of those songs that it doesn't matter if you're in danger of blowing out your stereo speakers. You have to listen to it full volume, because if you listen to Fat Bottom Girls, and anybody that like, um, I would imagine that Snorlord probably has probably a really good stereo system in his car or in his truck, or even especially if you got one in your home. If you listen to that song, the way that they recorded it on the tracks, okay, it actually it goes, I don't know what it's called, there's a terminology for it, but it goes from speaker to speaker. Okay, it starts here, then goes to that speaker to the right side, then it goes to the far speaker. If you got, say you got four speakers, surround sound, so it'll start on your left, go to your right, and then it goes to your rear right, or your rear left, and then goes over to your right. And then when it does the drum solo or the drum like that, it actually circles all four speakers. And if nobody's ever heard that or picked it off, I want you to go and listen to the song in a quiet room where you've got surround sound. The band Queen, and it was Brian May that was actually doing that came up with that. Um, what they were doing back then was phenomenal with the music and the sounds and the producing. Excellent. Um, who saw Freddie? I didn't see Freddie do that. I never. That's one of the things in my life I've never saw. I never saw Freddie Mercury. I never saw Queen live. I really wish I had. I think I'm covered in 5 pounds of grease and rust dirt after today. What's up? What's up? What's up? Well, dude, what's up? What's up? Um, go get yourself showered and cleaned up, would you? Tyke Trug and Robert Plant was good. Robert Plant was damn good. No mention of Rush. No, absolutely not. Rush is a fine Canadian band. They are in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. But as for a front man, absolutely not. Geddy Lee's voice is I'd rather listen to Dar take her nails and run him down a chalkboard, Sterling. Geddy Lee, the band is phenomenal. Neil Peart is was the premier drummer of all time. I can't think of anybody that holds a candle to him drumming. Great band. Horrible singer. His voice is gross, in my opinion. I've just kicked up a whole bunch of. I said that, Snorlord, or am I that far behind? We hate Rush. Yeah, Rush can die. It's one of those things. You're proud that they're Canadian and you're proud that they made it into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. But it's one of those cases where if I've got Sirius satellite on the truck and I'm running down the road and Rush comes on, I can't. I'm pushing buttons all over the truck to change the station. I can't listen to Rush. I can if you could take his voice out and put a different voice in, I'd listen to it. Um, Steve Tyler. Steven, actually, you know what? I didn't even think about that. Not necessarily from a vocal standpoint. Steve Tyler's got a hell of a range, but as a front man in the younger days on stage, his live performances, he was great. Aerosmith is a great band. Steven Tyler is a phenomenal front man as well. Thank you, Karen. Totally didn't think about that. It's a rush to see who can turn it off the fastest in this house. Yeah, goddamn right. It's absolutely sick. Listening to Queen in a Honda Civic. You know what? That Honda Civic has a hell of a stereo system in it. Although Dar's pretty much blown the speakers out of it. If you get it up past about 80%, you get that, where she's pretty much shredded the speakers out of the two in the front doors. It's amazing how irritating a little breeze can be. We turn it up loud in the truck. Oh, I turn up. I love. I stereophonic sound. Thank you, Sterling. I just learned something there. Sterling Wheel, the naked sleeping truck driver, has now taught us all something. Stereophonic sound, if that's what you want to call it. Tyke Truck and Geddy Lee sang like a girl, pretty much. Okay, you know what, Bull? Another good argument. TJ, agree. Sammy Hagar. Um, there's another guy with a great range. I think his range and his vocals and his singing, I think was better than David Lee Roth. From a frontman standpoint, on stage live performance, I'm going to say David Lee Roth blew him out of the water. Again, I've seen both. Okay, I saw Van Halen with both, so I've seen it with my own eyes. But yeah, I do like Sammy Hagar. I like Sammy Hagar with Montrose or solo stuff. Like that's how far back I go with Sammy Hagar. Brian May. Oops, sorry, Mark. He wants it all, so he got surround sound. You know what? I like music. When I'm in the truck and I'm not on the phone, I've got the music on loud. It's amazing I'm not deaf. And in my younger days, I did a lot of concerts. Like I did a lot of concerts every single summer, every weekend that I was available. I was at a concert or outdoor festival or music festival or and it's funny, I've noticed over the years my music taste um, has sort of, it hasn't changed because you start out liking a certain type of music, like when my early days, I liked like 70s rock, like that kind of stuff. Then I got into the 80s and I got into the metal. And I ran the metal scene right from 80s into the early 90s. And then something happened and I got kicked into I actually somebody gave left a CD at my house, or actually it was a cassette. Somebody left a cassette at my house. It was Eric Clapton. It was a live performance of Eric Clapton in 1978 in Tokyo, Japan. The name of the album was called Just One Night. It's on the front cover. It's a picture of Eric Clapton standing there leaning against his Strat, and it's a live album. And I listened to that, and something or another right there flipped me right over right there, and I went from there, and I got right into. I started going all the way back, and I got into blues. Okay, Clapton did Cocaine and he did all his big ones, but he was doing like serious, like Worried Life blues. He was doing Rambling on My Mind, and he was doing versions of them that weren't done back in the 60s and 70s by Muddy and everything like that. And they were great, and I was hooked. And I ran the blues, and I still and this is all music. So I started out doing like 70s rock, you know regular rock. Then I did metal. I never did grunge. I'll be honest with you guys, I never ever did grunge. Never listened to it, had no time for it. Now, believe it or not, now I'm actually appreciating some of it now. But I was never grunge when it was there. Ran the metal, and then I got into and actually way back in the day as well as a young boy, both of my grandfathers were, of course, it was country, right? It was country music. So I grew up with Waylon, Willie, Merle, Hank Jr., Hank Sr., Hank Snow, Boxcar, Anne Murray, um, Loretta, Tammy Wynette, Conway. That's what I grew up with. That's what was playing in my house. That's what my parents played, and that's what I had in my house. So that's what I grew up with, and I didn't mind it. And then as I got older, I carried that through. Even today, I will still go on to Sirius. I got the Sirius, and I'll play Willie's Roadhouse, and that's where you hear most of that. No problem with that. Um, as I said, like if you go from the time you're young up until this time period right now, I listen to everything. At any given day, if I'm sitting out back, Dark could come out in the morning, and I was sitting out back, and there's Hank Williams Jr. 2 hours later, she come out, and there's Buddy Guy, Robert Cray, or Muddy Waters. 2.5 hours later, she come out, and I'll have Iron Maiden, Priest, Metallica, and I'm pissing off anybody walking within 5 miles of my house. Um, so you can listen to probably two or three, four different genres of music coming out of our house at any good time. And the cool thing is, my kids, like my youngest kid is now 21, 21. Oldest kid is 31. All of my kids know Floyd, Zeppelin, Crew, Metallica. Like my daughter Brianna especially has got the broadest range in music. I go into her, like she'll plug her iPhone in and hit her just like a random, right? So it just jumps all over, and you'll hear everything from Tina Turner to REO Speedwagon coming off this kid's playlist, and I'm proud. Like I'm responsible for that. So is Dar, but I'm responsible for that because we just saturated our kids with every type of music you could possibly think of, and you know what? That's good. That's good. IH guy. I remember Kim Mitchell, born in Sarnia, Ontario. Kim Mitchell, man. IH. I don't know how many. I don't know about you, but I remember you'd see Kim Mitchell, David Wilcox, and George Thorogood every single year at the amphitheater in Toronto or the Molson Park in Barrie, right during the summer. Every single year. And then when Kim Mitchell broke big with Patio Lanterns, oh my God, Canadian radio, oh, it just killed it, I couldn't listen to that song. Couldn't listen to that song. I love Beethoven. Mark, you want to know something? It's kind of funny. Okay, listen to this. Somebody, I think, I can't remember who it was. Somebody in Sterling's Live um, asked him, and she asked him, what is something about Sterling that um, people don't know that they would be surprised? And I thought about, if somebody asked me that question, it's funny that you say I love Beethoven, because every once in a while, just for shits and giggles, you know what? I'll listen to classical music or I'll listen to orchestra. I don't know why. It's just one of those things I got to be in the mood for it, but it'll strike me and I'll find it on I don't even have that channel programmed on my radio, but I'll listen to it and I'm good for maybe an hour. Let's say an hour. I'm good for an hour and then I'm done. Right? I feel like I've been on an elevator for an hour. And then I'm done. So you know what? I'm good with that. But I don't mind. I don't mind a little classical music now and then. It's calming. It is. Um, I just saw Kim Mitchell live for the first time in 8 years ago in Brampton for Canada Day. Sweet deal. It's quad phonic sound. Thank you, Mark. Quad phonic sound. Yoko Ono. Oh my God. I can't believe you played that, Sterling. I can't believe you actually played that. That was Yoko Ono. Even when that woman talks, she reminds me of Trudeau. You know, when Trudeau talks, you instantly get angry. If you ever listen to Yoko Ono talk, especially if somebody interviews her today and she's talking about John Lennon, like that woman wasn't oh that woman wasn't fucking worthy of to wipe his nose. Mark Chapman shot the wrong person. I don't wish death on anybody, but if somebody's got to take a bullet, it shouldn't have been John. Should have been Yoko. I can confirm Brian's house goes from calm country to full on metal within hours. Oh, dude, all the time. I felt sorry for Curtis sometimes because he came into our household not knowing what to expect, and well, he got it. When I listen to Molly Hatchet, my neighbors also listen to Molly Hatchet. Dude, absolutely. And that's the same here. I don't have a lot of neighbors around me, but Molly Hatchet is one that is loud. Of course, Zeppelin's loud. Um, the metal, I try not to go too loud because I don't want the cops. But yeah, there are certain bands you just got to play them loud, and if it pisses off the neighbors, it's like, so what? It pisses off the neighbors. My dad was a Don Williams fan. I've still got his 12-inch vinyls. You know what, Robert? Hang on to those. Hang on to those. They're making a comeback, dude. My daughter here, Brianna, and my youngest daughter that lives in Oakville, both went out and bought turntables. They actually got fucking record players. Three of my daughters now have record players. Albums, vinyls coming back. Now I don't have any. I don't own any. You know what the shame was of back in the day? Think about this, Robert. You're old enough. IH, you're old enough. Um, SST, you're old enough. Think about back in the day, all of the fucking vinyl that we had, and what some of that vinyl might have been worth today. Probably. I know that I probably had some. I had the Beatles White Album, an original Beatles White Album. Never thought to keep it, you know. Oh, albums, then cassettes, then went to CDs, then went to MP3 or whatever, and then you went digital and all that shit. I don't need all that. I don't need this stack of records anymore. Give them away, sell them, whatever. Uh, Sterling Whale sends $4.20 American. That is equivalent to about $7 or $6.50 Canadian. So I will thank you, sir. Classical music gets me through traffic jams. Classical music, if I find classical music irritates a lot of people, and if I want to piss people off, I will play classical music. Even if I'm irritated, I will play classical music. I've got my dad's Slim Whitman album from the 1950s. I'm saving it for Martian invasion. Robert, that's awesome. Come on, we love Pink Floyd. You know what? I saw Floyd. Got the T-shirt, wore it out. Bought another one, wore it out. Um, had the had the uh, had the cassettes. Um, had the albums. Had the DVDs, and then when we went to digital, and now for some reason, um, like I couldn't sit and listen to the entire album of Dark Side of the Moon. I'd be like, I'd be asleep. I don't know what it is, Mark. I don't have a clue. I don't know. I used to really enjoy Pink Floyd. I could get right into it. I think it was more in the days when I was using mind altering substances. Right, it helped to get through a Floyd album. Now I can't listen to an entire Pink Floyd album. I just can't. I don't know what it is. I do like them. I still love them, but I can confirm Brian is a closet classical guy. Yeah, but I just came out of the closet, Curtis. So now it's all good. Offer is good. I like Carmen. I like. I don't know this guy's name. Um, there's a couple of songs by Ed Sheeran that I like. Not enough that I'd go out and buy an album or anything like that. But there's a couple of songs, and there's a song that he does. I think it's called "Perfect." Um, and he does his version. He does a version of it where it's just him alone. And then there's a the second version of it where he's in the studio and he does the first verse, and then the classical singer does the second verse. I can't remember. I was looking for it the other day. I was trying to find it on Spotify. I can't remember the name of the classical singer. I really, really liked it. I really did. Um, if anybody here knows what I'm talking about, or if any of you guys know what I'm talking about, anybody knows his name, um, I would appreciate it. Throw it in here. Pioneer Spirit. There's Trevor. How the fuck are you, man? Long time no see. Haven't seen I haven't seen you around in a while. Um, I haven't seen any videos by you. You've been hibernating. I can't say I've been out there either. I've put out no videos over almost the last month, and I think I've only done 2 lives while I've been recovering. So, but yeah, I hear you. If that's what you've been doing, I hate you saying hi to Curtis, Lady Boomer. All my vinyls were stolen in the '90s. Now that sucks. That sucks. 420 bros. Yeah, exactly. SST 420. That'll get you 420. Will get you through a Pink Floyd album, no problem whatsoever. But Boomer, yeah, I think about this as well. I remember back in the day, you'd throw these monster bash parties, right? My place or a couple other places that I'd frequent, and everything on those days was back in those days was on vinyl, and guys would walk in and they'd walk into a party and they'd walk out with 3 of your albums. Like I don't know how many of my albums walked out of my house from people stealing them. But it's my own fault for having that many people, probably more people in the house than I should have had, and people I didn't even know anyway. So I spent a day this week listening to Men at Work. That sounds like a personal problem. That sounds like a personal problem, dude. Men at Work is not a band that I would listen to, and if I want to sit and listen to Men at Work, I don't do it anyway. I still have some records from the '80s, dude. I have no vinyl, nothing. My daughter Brianna and her boyfriend Mike, they are starting a collection, and very proud to see like they've got like I said, and this is vinyl that they went out and bought. Um, they got one of my favorite albums of all time, 461 Ocean Boulevard, Eric Clapton, 461 Ocean Boulevard. Fantastic album. My daughter loves it. I'm so proud. She's got a Floyd. I think she's got Zeppelin 2, 2 or 4 she's got. Brianna.
What do you mean?
Her albums, the albums collection she's got downstairs.
I used to have a nice Zeppelin thing until you wrecked it.
That was a box set I destroyed. Yeah.
You just farted. That's gross.
So I have nothing. I have nothing left. Sterling wheel. I have my mom's vinyl collection valued at $55,000. You know what, dude? Sit on it. Sterling, I like money, and I know you do too. Sit on that collection. Do not fucking touch it. You sit on that collection. That collection is going to put your kids through college, university, and put a down payment down on their first house. Sit on that collection. You don't need the money. That's your kids' money. One day. Tyke Truck and Iron Maiden vinyl selling for £100 each here. Yeah, you noticed that, Robert? Christ, new albums, like a new album right now, is north of 45, $50. Right? And if it's a double album, or if it's a big time album, you can get up to easily $100 for an album. That's insane. That's insane for a fucking. But you know why they do it? Because they know you'll pay it. They know you'll pay it, and people do. Around here, we're lucky. Around here, there's a couple of used, not pawn shops, but what are they, antique and everything. And that's where my kids have been finding the best deals on albums. Going into all these old time places and finding that's where they're finding the deals. That is where they're finding the deals on the albums, and that's where they're coming up with all this shit. If your high vibrating violin is your tool, oh God, don't even talk. I don't know whether to be aroused or turn you off. Laser light shows at the planetarium ruined Pink Floyd for me, or maybe it was the LSD. Either way, when Pink Floyd went smooth for me. I saw Laser Floyd at the planetarium. I saw Laser Floyd. I saw Laser Zeppelin. And then I saw the very poor attempt they made at the Laser AC/DC. That was not done well. The Laser Floyd was done phenomenally. It was a journey. It really was. I really enjoyed that. I have some Def Leppard and Loverboy, Bryan Adams, and some others. Funny enough, you know what? I kind of like Loverboy. I liked him back in the '80s. If an album, if Working for the Weekend comes on, everybody's working for the weekend. If that comes on the radio, I turn it up. I show my age. I turn it up. Hot Girls in Love, turn it up. You know, I do love, I like Loverboy. I don't know. I'm almost embarrassed to say it, but Sterling listens to Night Ranger to put himself to sleep. That's hilarious. Holy fuck, that's hilarious. Pioneer Spirit, Trevor. I've been MIA for the summer. Wife had another surgery in July, so taking care of her. Oh, Trevor, I didn't know. Sorry. Oh, well, hopefully everything went well. I hope it went well. Hope the old lady is good, and both her and you, came through it well. More her than you, but you know what I mean. All our love. Hopefully things are well. Some thieving bastard stole my Back to Black original. Back to Black? You mean Back in Black? Original Rolling Stones. Oh, Back to Black. Okay, original Rolling Stones 45 at a party. I'd have killed him. That would have been a death warrant. We were moving and we dropped off one U-Haul load, went to get another load, and the first load was rummaged through by hoodlums. Oh, Boomer, that hurts. Oh, Boomer, that hurts. That really hurts. What you should have done is you should have just hung around for an hour or so and just listened. You probably would have found your album somewhere. You know, you'd have just listened. You'd have heard what you were missing. You knew what you were missing. You'd have heard it playing somewhere. Curtis, here's some here. I think you meant here is some. Here's some Canadian pesos down payment on a cigar. $2.79. Curtis, I will take $2.79, and I will be grateful for it. I appreciate it. Thank you very much. Considering you work damn hard for your money, and if you're willing to give me $2.79, brother, I'll happily take it and proudly take it. Curtis, Mexican or Colombian pesos? I think I did the conversion. I think on Sterling's show, I think one Canadian dollar is 12 pesos and whatever the cents is. I think it was 12.89 pesos. So whatever, 12 pesos and 89 cents they call them. I don't know. I don't know what they call cents in pesos in Mexican. I don't know. I know they got my back scratch, cat scratch. That's Cat Scratch Fever album. Oh, I have that album. I don't have the album. I have the download. I downloaded the. That's one of those you don't just go. You don't go through and just take one or two songs. Got the whole album. Just download it. Download the whole album. I love Ted Nugent. Love what he stands for. Whether you do or don't, I don't know, but I do. And the man's a hell of a guitar player and a hell of a performer. Love him. The amount of Brian, the amount of knowledge y'all gave me, it's the least I can do. Oh, you know what, Curtis? You just stuck around. You sat and listened. You did all right, and look at you now. We don't take any credit for this. All we did is help you out, but you did all the heavy lifting, and you should be proud of yourself, Curtis, because we're proud of you. Both Dar and I are proud of you. You're doing well, and we're happy to see that. Mm. You know what, Boomer? I might. So proud. I'm crying. Are you have a tear over there?
From your cigar smoke.
Dar actually has a tear. Sorry, Boomer. You know what? When I'm done here, I'm going out to the garage and I'm going to listen to that album. Now you got it in the head. Now you know when you get something in your head. It was Paint It Black. I know what you meant, Robert. Sorry. You know when you get something in your head and then you got to go listen to it. You did it, Boomer. It's in my head now. I got to go listen to it. So when I'm done here, I'm gonna go. I'm probably gonna go sit in the garage, finish this, and I'm gonna listen to that. So proud. More like a tear from his cigar smoke polluting my lungs. You know what? Have you heard Mark Lewis? Have you heard Chris? Is it Weeby or Webby music? I have not. You ever heard Chris Webby?
Nope. I'm just
Google.
hearing a kid crying right now.
Yeah, it's across the street. You hear that?
Yeah.
That kid's got a set of a lungs. Can you guys hear that kid? That kid is like down the road there. That kid's got a set of lungs on it. Google Chris Webby. CHRIS WEBY.
Two B's. American rapper.
American what?
Rapper, it says.
Rapper. What? Candy rapper? Lollipop rapper? If he's a Dairy Milk chocolate bar rapper, oh, I'm in. Sign me up for that. I don't mind some rap. On my playlist, I've got NWA. I got a lot of Dr. Dre. A lot of who else have I got? Ice Cube solo. I got to think about this because I've got quite a bit of rap. I've got quite a bit, but it's all 80s and 90s rap. There's not a lot of the new LL Cool J. I've got a lot of LL Cool J's music. What can I say? You know what? Yeah, I'm going to Boomer. Curtis, you're doing great. Proud of you as well. Thanks, IH guy. I'll say thank you for Curtis to you. Thank for him. He is doing good. And again, we're proud of him. In my opinion, and I can speak for Dar, it wasn't time wasted out of our lives. It wasn't. It's nice when you put out your hand and you help somebody, but not only do they take the help and accept the help, but then they turn around and they better themselves from it. And that's what Curtis did, and that's what makes it so good for Dar and I to see that. We did a little part. All we did was got him out of the situation he was in. Everything else was him. Dar helped him, but it was Curdy. It was dirty Curdy. Um, Rap is crap. Well, Robert, depends. I don't know. Like I said, I like a lot of I like some of the '80s rap, but I'm very particular. I don't like a lot of it, but I do like it particular. And play it. Okay, we will. Dar's got it. We will check out Chris Webby, or and we will check it out. I'm not playing it loud so that my neighbors hear it because I really don't want any problems with the cops. You got to have some Biggie Smalls. No, I couldn't stand Biggie's voice. Um, and I've got very select Tupac. I think I may have 4 songs of Tupac. There's another one that Too Angry. Like not that rap back in those days with the East Coast West Coast wasn't angry, but Tupac took it to another level with some of his songs. So no Biggie. Curtis was amusing to have around as well. He honestly was he was helpful around here. Yeah, yeah. Chris was doing lines in primary school. Weren't we all? Come on, Mark. Weren't we all? I can't even pronounce that, Robert. Except Brian Blast rapping Ikla. Oh, I'm not even Ikla Mur Bortat. I don't know what the hell that means. Well, we're getting better, thanks, Brian and Dar. My first vinyl was Amy Stewart, "Knock on Wood." Dar wouldn't remember that, but I remember that. I'm not going to sing it, but I remember that song. My mother had that album. I can actually I think I can remember the album cover on that of Amy Stewart. Very cool. That's the other one I was thinking about. Thank you, Karen. Ice-T. And I really didn't like a whole lot of Ice-T until I saw a documentary and an interview on him and his life. Um, and I got a better understanding of where the man came from and what he did and where he is and blah 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 blah. And then I did some more research, and not research, but I did some more listening with an open mind and listened to some more of his music. And I do like Ice-T. I do. South Park, say Biggie Small 3 times. No, not saying Biggie Small. Not saying Biggie Small 1 time. I ain't saying Biggie Small at all. There we go. Oh, that's a bitch holding on to that with one hand. Listen to Raw Thoughts by Chris Wiebe. Okay. I'll listen to it. If you say to do something or listen to something, I'll listen to it and give it a try. Sorry, this is starting to grow out again, and it's at the ungodly like stage, right? It's just like you get the wings growing and this and that. So I'm not grooming myself on purpose. I can't. I didn't look what I looked like before I came on here, and now I'm looking at it now. I'm like, oh my god, I got fucking wings flapping off both sides here. Ugh. Not bad. Not bad. But yeah, music is one of those things that I think there's nothing else in the world that can bring every type of person, doesn't matter what your gender is, your orientation is, your color is, what country you're from, it doesn't matter. There is one type of music or another that will unite just about everybody on this fucking planet. And I believe that. And I think over the last couple of years, as I've gotten older, I've started to experience some of that. And I'm starting to listen to different types of music, genres, different countries. Like sometimes I'm listening to music that's not even fucking English. I don't have a clue what the hell they're saying. But based on the music and the tone and the tempo and everything, you can figure it out. You can figure it out. So other than that, guys, you know what? That's all I got. My eye's starting to throb. So I'm going to call this a night. I wasn't really supposed to go live, but I figured I would. I thought I'd just throw something out until somebody else went. I'm surprised nobody else is live yet, especially for a Friday night. So you know what? I'm just going to end this. Dara and I got the place to ourselves. I think what we're going to do is we're going to go. We went for a 1.8 mile walk last night.
Yeah.
I think we're going to do that again tonight. We only got the one dog with us, so we'll take the dog with us.
In the morning, we're taking the cats for a walk.
And then in the morning, I have to take the fucking cats. You know that? I can't believe I'm doing that. In the morning, we're going to take the cats for a walk. So we're going to do that and maybe rummage up some dinner. Maybe not.
Chips and dip.
Chips and dip. You want to do chips and dip for dinner? We're going to do chips and dip for dinner. Hey, what the hell, eh? If you ever get a chance to listen to No Truck Song by Tim Hicks, I think I've heard that. Curtis, take care. Yeah, I agree on the music. IH, yeah, it's true. It is. I feel the same way, Curtis. Have a nice night. Boomer, thanks for popping in. And go Pound Town. Go to Pound Town. Woo! Okay. You know what? I'm getting, yeah, it's Pound Chicka Wow Wow Town. Yeah, whatever. Cats for a walk with the little dog. Yeah. Enjoy the night. All right, guys. Appreciate you guys hanging out. It's an hour. I'm going to bugger off. Got shit we're going to do. So you guys, we'll see you later. We'll see you down the road. Thanks for hanging out. I know I haven't been around and the channel's kind of been let go for the last month or so. We're going to get it cranked back up again. And we got some other things going, ideas for the channel we're going to be doing. So keep an eye out for some of that maybe. And we'll see you guys down the road. Take it easy.